Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the differences and similarities between functions and equations. So I'm going to start by creating a chart. We have our functions and we have equations. Now to start, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to write a function. So we have f of x is equal to, let's say, x squared plus 3. That is a function. And for an equation, I am going to write, let's say, 10 is equal to x plus 3. So this is a function and this is an equation. So a function, what a function is it's the output for a given input. So let's say I want to input a value of x into this function. So let's say I want to input 5 for x. I would say f of 5 is equal to 5 squared plus 3. 5 squared is 25, 25 plus 3 is 28. So f of 5 would equal 28. And 28, this is my output for my given input of 5. All I did was I replaced 5, or I substituted 5 for x. So 5 was my input and 28 was my output. So what a function is you put in an input and you receive an output. However, for an equation, such as this one, 10 is equal to x plus 3, there's only one solution. You first start by subtracting 3 on both sides. 10 minus 3 is 7, so I get x is equal to 7. You only have one solution, whereas for a function, there is no such thing as a solution because for any given input, you get an output. So there could be an infinite amount of inputs and you get an infinite amount of outputs. So there's not just one solution for a function. Now, functions, they are usually described as f of x or g of x. And you can actually use any variable that you want. You could say, let's say, a of y. You could say b of c. You can use any variable that you want. And equations, they are the same thing. You have a variable such as x, and you can use any variable. You could use a, you could use b. So a common equation is usually given by the variable x or the variable y. And functions here, as you can see, they also use x and y in any variable, but they always start with f of something or g of something or something of something. Now, for graphing, these two are really similar. So for graphing an equation, this is usually given by y is equal to, usually in the form, this is slope-intercept form, y is equal to something. I've just said mx plus b, but y is equal to ax, something like that. And for functions, this is f of x is equal to something. So the y and f of x are literally just the same thing. So f of x of something is equal to is literally the same thing as y is equal to something when you're graphing, because you're literally just graphing the same thing. So when graphing, functions and equations are basically the same thing. However, for a function, say we have this, for any given input, say this is 3, your output is right here. And now another difference is that functions, actually another similarity I should say between these two, is that they both use mathematical operators. As you can see, we have plus, we have minus, we also have multiplication, we have division, so they are basically the same thing. And if we have a function, let's say x squared plus 3x plus 2, and we want to find f of 5. This is the same thing as an equation having 5, let's say 5 is equal to x plus y. And if we plugged in, if we just stated that x is equal to 3, well, this is the same thing as finding a value for y. Or let's say we had y is equal to 10x minus 7. If we stated that x is equal to 2, then that's the same thing as just plugging in 2 for x and finding y. So evaluating the functions is similar to evaluating equations.